Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers and welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us by hitting that subscription button, which is all free, and it helps us creators to continue and bring out these beautiful patterns for you guys. And thank you so much for your support, your comments, your suggestions. I'm grateful and very, very how can I say, very excited when I see certain comments come in. It just uplifts my spirit, and thank you so much for that. So I usually use 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal brands. They only sell them here in Europe, in Portugal. And I use 2.75 hook, but you can use a 3.5. They usually come in balls like this. I'm just grabbing any thread that's in front of me at this point, or like better this one. They're 100 grams. Most of you know mostly by yards, so between 300 and 325 yards of thread. These are $12 with shipping. If you're interested to order, because there is a high demand on ordering these threads. For the longest time I've just been avoiding it, and now it's catching up to me. So in order for you to order, you need to order at least 6, because the shipping out of Europe, out of here, the island, is extremely high, and it's not worth me going and spend too much time at the post office, 2-3 hours for a ball that you can get similar Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton, similar to this, but of course this is high-end thread. The difference also, Aunt Lydia is thicker, this is a little bit smaller. Aunt Lydia is like a matte. There really isn't no shine to it, and these have a very good shine to it. Okay, so if you're interested, you can always get a hold of me. My email's below, my Facebook private group is below, my crochet page is below, Instagram is below, TikTok is below. So there's so many ways you can get a hold of me, which you can be part of the crochet private group if you wish, as long as you have a profile. Please share. Sharing is caring. Let's keep growing together. Let's keep putting out these beautiful patterns for you guys. Please also always give a thumbs up on the video, of course, if you like it. If you don't, it's obvious you're not going to give a thumbs up, which is normal. But it's extremely important, if you do, to not forget to do it, because this is the only way that YouTube can rotate the video and have the worldwide eyes to see it, and we can continue to grow. It's literally impossible for us to keep working so hard like this and get no recognition for anything that we do. So I ask of you kindly, and I think most creators will do the same, to participate and help us out. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we're going to get started. Okay? Thank you also for the women that donated super thanks, super chat, or into my PayPal. Thank you so much, gratefully, to you guys for such wonderful deed to help the women in need of thread. And for some of you that are considering to give, please do so. Just remember that when you do give into the YouTube super thanks, super chat, they take 30% off of whatever you're giving. So that's less money for the women to receive thread. Okay, but you are free to do whatever you want. And if you'd like to donate directly into my PayPal, it will also be below in the description box. Okay, all the informations to the patterns, how much thread and sizes and all that, of course, in my thread, is always below in the description box. Time to time I'll forget a link behind, but one of you will always remember me, so thank you for that. Okay, let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone, so we're going to create a square centerpiece. Now, this square centerpiece, if you can recall, for some of you that follow me, I had created the granny square, not the one that has, just show you, but the one before that. So this is the last one that I had created. So not this one, but the one before, which had the off-white at the end here. So it's exactly this one, but it had the off-white. So this pattern will take 18 granny squares like this. Now I'm going to alternate the colors. I'm going to put the multicolored pink and light green, and then pink, and then pink, light green, and then pink. This will take 18 of them. So the best thing to do is to create these first, because the off-white, it's what's the last row, and as we do it, we attach it into the pattern. So what I do is I prepare them first. So I have this much left still to put the green, and then once we're done with the green, we put it aside and we start with the pattern. And then when we're ready and done with the centerpiece, then we start attaching this to complete after the edge of the pattern. So it's optional to put pearls. That's up to you. These are 8 millimeters. You have to be careful with the little hole. Sometimes they're 8 millimeters, but the hole is very small. It's optional. Like I said, it always gives a charm to the pattern, especially for the women that are creating my pieces and selling. It's, you know, the more you put into it, the more the price is. So I think it will help you guys out. So we're going to get started. So 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, similar to Lydia number 3. Mine's a little bit thinner, so the piece becomes a little bit smaller. I'm going to use a 2.75 hook, small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. So we're going to get started. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. I thank you, and I send much love to every single one of you that have been with me, that keep commenting, and has never let me go for 2 seconds. Thank you, and God bless. Let's get started. Okay, everyone. So the first thing you want to do is that slip stitch knot. Okay, and this never counts as any chain. And now we're going to do 39 chain stitch. Okay, 39 chain stitch. I'll come to you at the end. I've done my 39 chain stitch. We're going to go back, counting from here, not the hook. We're going to go into the 7th place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my 7th. Make sure you recount again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my 7th. We're going to do double crochet. We're going to build groups of 3 double crochet. So next space, make sure you grab both loops or your string will bend as a U shape. Okay, so you never want to grab only one loop. So I've done my 3, 1 chain space, skip a space, into the next one. This centerpiece is very simple. It's just groups of 3 double crochet in little blocks. So it's very, very simple. There's more details on adding the squares on and at the edge. So continue your 3 double crochets, one after another. Skip a space, going to the next one, and 1 chain space in between them. I've reached the end. I've done my 1 chain. I'm going to skip a space and I'm into my last one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little squares, 1 double crochet at the beginning and 1 at the end. We're going to turn our work. This is always going to be a repeat this way all the way up. 1, 2, 3 chain. For some of you that your tension is too loose, you can do only a 2 chain. And we're going to do 2 inside of the 1 chain space. 1 chain into the next space and create your 3 double crochets. 1 chain again into the next space and create your little blocks of 3 double crochets. Now a lot of times in groups I see people posting pictures that their patterns are curving in. What do I mean? It's getting like thinner. As they're going up on their pattern keeps going in smaller. The biggest problem these people are doing is not getting to the last double crochet at the end. They seem to skip it, and that's why the pattern keeps shrinking up top. So one chain again, and continue to do your groups of 3 double crochet, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay everyone, so I've reached the last space where we have the little square there. I'm going to put 2 inside, and here's where people make the most common problem. They forget, like they'll do even 3 in here, but not specifically on top of the chain here. So it keeps curving in, because then they keep missing always one last double crochet. You must always go over in order to keep a straight line and not to forget. So again, you're going to turn around and you're going to do 4 chains. 3 is for that double crochet and 1 for the space. Come into the little block and create your 3 double crochets. So simple as that. We're going to keep doing this until we reach 41 rows. Okay, 41 rows. So you're just going to keep turning around. So you know on this one here, you're going to do your 4 chain, come in here and create your blocks again, right? Well, after you do your 1 chain and your double crochet on top of the double crochet, then you go up chain 3. That's already your blockage there. You do 2 inside, exactly how we did it here. So it's always the same thing. 1 blockage, 3 groups, 3 double crochet. 1 block, 3 double crochet. 1 block, 3 double crochet, which I already have advanced my pattern, and I have my 41 double crochets, which is here. So just ready to go into the next step and add the flowers on. Now, yes, this way. These flowers, these granny square flowers, they will be added on as we go with 1 string. That means I'm not cutting my granny square and keep tucking in and then keep adding. I'm going to alternate my colors. 1 pink, 1 multicolored, 1 pink, 1 multicolored. It takes 5 on each row. Okay, so we're going to add 1 at a time, and I'll show you the technique of doing it instead of cutting threads all the time. Okay, so I'm going to start with my multicolored one. So the first thing you want to do is that slip stitch knot. Come into your granny square. We must complete 1 more row of this granny square, but attaching onto the pattern already. So we're going to do 3 double crochet, 2 chain, and 3 double crochet. So we're going to do 1 chain, come inside of the space, and create the 3 little double crochets. 1 chain. We're creating the little blocks of 3 double crochets. That's what I meant to say, but sometimes my words get stuck. Please always look ahead of the video. Sometimes mistakes are done. We can correct it without taking the pattern down. Okay, so now we're at the other corner. We're going to do 1 chain, and we're going to start attaching into the pattern. So I'm going to come right on the corner where we have that square, right on the first row, and doing a single. I'll tuck in this thread afterwards. I should have done it already, but 1 chain. Coming back in to complete that corner with 3 double crochets. We're not doing any chain here. We're going to go directly into the next box of 1 chain, 1 double crochet we have. I'll show you in a second once I'm done here. Come directly into the next one in your granny square and complete your 3 double crochets. into the back, into the next square, single, into the front, 3 double crochets, into the back, single, and into the corner, which is our last row here of this side of the granny square. We're going to do 1 chain, coming into the next space, single, 1 chain. We're only doing these 1 chains here on the corners. Complete your corner. And go directly into the next space, no chain space. Oops, sorry. 1 chain space here, because when we are going to attach it, the other granny, we're going to put that single in there. 1 chain, coming into the next one. One chain, and we are at the last corner. Here we're only going to do 3 double crochets and 1 chain. We're going to prepare it to attach it to the next granny square. So let me just show you. So attach it here on the corner, 1 chain, single, 1 chain, come back down, go directly into the next one with a single, do your 3 double crochets, go directly into the other one, do your 3 double crochets directly into the other one, and come into the corner, do your 3, 1 chain and single, 1 chain again, and you come into the side. So we attach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space only on the little space of the squares. Now we're going to start to attach the next granny square without cutting any thread out. So you've done your 1 chain at the corner. When we come around and complete all the granny squares, this is how we're going to finish the rest of the top. Okay, so come inside of the corner on the right side, of course, and do only 3 double crochets also, because only when we come around we're going to complete the top. Okay, 1 chain, no chain, sorry, no chain on this side, because we are doing the single. That is already like a 1 chain. Coming into the next space in the front, 3 double crochets. Going into the back, single, coming into the front, 3 double crochets. Going into the back on your last space here, single, and into the corner. Now you must pay attention. This corner will be attached to the same corner we did the first granny. So 1 chain, and we're going to attach it exactly where we have the other granny attached here on the same space. Single, 1 chain, coming back, whoops, and doing the corner. Almost made a mistake there. So we're going to complete that corner of the granny square. Okay, coming into the back, into that space on the pattern, coming into the front, and doing the 3 double crochets. Going into the back, single, coming into the front, 3 double crochets. This is how it's going to be applied all the granny squares. Into the back, single, into the corner, create your 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and attach your corner. Single, 1 chain, come back, complete your corner, and do your side to get it prepared for the next granny square. So 1 chain space and create your 3 double crochets. 1 chain into the next one. 1 chain and into the corner. Only 3 double crochets on the top corner. 1 chain, and ready to attach our next granny. So here we're going to do 3 double crochets, no chain, okay, and into the side again with 3, whoops, what am I doing here? Wrong one. I get distracted easily when I'm talking. Okay, so 1 chain into, yes, single, not 3 double crochets, into the front. 3 double crochets into the back, into the front, so we hook it with a single in the back, and again into the corner, 3 double crochet, 1 chain, and we're going to hook it on the same space as we have the other granny. Single. So I'll show you once I'm done again so you can recheck that again. So complete your corner, into the next space, single, into the front, 3 double crochets, into the back, only where we have that space, that 1 chain, 1 double crochet in the back, come into the front, into the next space, and into the corner here again. Create your 3 double crochets, your 1 chain, and into the next space, single, 1 chain, and complete your corner with 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and come into the next space. So only when we're going up here to complete the granny that we do 1 chain, because with the next square we're coming in to attach it with a single. Okay, so that's almost like a 1 chain, let's say. And your 3 double crochets here at the corner and 1 chain, and ready to attach the next granny. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so when we do all of them all the way around, even the edges will be the same way. We'll be attaching it here. Then we're going to come around and complete the pattern. Now if you need to rewind, go ahead. Just make sure that you have your 2 corners of the granny on the same space here. Then once you do your 1 chain, your 3 double crochets, you hook right away with a single. Come back in the front, 3 double crochets, into the back with a single, and only on the 1 double crochet space where we have these little holes, the little squares. Okay, so I'll meet you at the corner so you don't get confused. So we'll have 5 grannies on there. Okay, you guys, I'm arriving at the end, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just almost hooking on my corner. And it's no different than putting all of the other ones. So 1 chain into the corner, 1 chain, come back in, and do your 3 double crochets, 1 chain, complete your edge, and into the corner with 3 double crochets only. We're still adding, we have to add all the way around 1 chain. So I'm going to come and grab my next square, do my 3 double crochets, okay, into the pattern, come back down, complete to add the squares together, into the other square, into the front, into the back, one chain. Remember that we have to add in the corner also 1 chain, come and complete your corner, one chain, and continue to complete your side of the granny. Do your 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and this belongs already to the edge here, so this is only going to be done when we come around. I'm grabbing my other granny square, doing 3 double crochets, and just continue to proceed the same way. No chain. Come into the next space and into the front. Create your 3 double crochets into the back and into the front. 3 double crochet into the back and into the front corner. So corners will have to be added, and the corners here on the pattern with the granny square will have 3 attachments on it. Why? Because of this one, and this one. So I've done my 1 chain. I'm going to come into the same corner with a single 1 chain. I'm going to come and complete my corner with 3 double crochet. I'm going to come directly into the pattern, single, and into the front. So it's always the same way all the way around. Into the back, into the front, 3 double crochet, into the back with singles, and into the front with your 3 double crochet. So this is a corner, 1 chain into the back, 1 chain, and complete the side of your granny square by completing first the corner here, 1 chain, next space, 1 chain, and into the corner with 3 double crochets only, 1 chain, and then we're going to add the next granny square. So you know you have one more here, and then you'll have the other one here. That's already going to attach into the pattern. So remembering that it takes 3 attachments, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to take this one, and then the next one. These are the attachments of the corners, 3 in the same corner. I'll meet you at the end of my pattern complete, all attached, so we can finish the edge up. Okay, you guys, so I'm arriving on the last corner, and it's no different than attaching everything else. So you just come in, do your single, come back in, create your 3 double crochets, my hands are stretched out, so a lot of times my hook will come out of my thread. And once it's stretched out, I can't move my hands or else it will keep moving out of focus on camera, so it's kind of complicated to record. And come into the last corner of the first granny square that we did, and then just complete your corner, and your side. So now we're up the top. We're going to be working the top until we reach the end, which is here where we first started, that granny square. So 1 chain, come in, do your 3 double crochets. So it's just going all the way around. 1 chain, three double crochets. Now we're going to complete the corners. 1 chain, come in the corner with your 3 double crochets, one chain, come right in between the 3 double crochets with a single, 1 chain, and go right into the next one to complete the other corner. So very simple, right? And we didn't have to keep cutting threads and tucking in, so 1 chain, and then just continue. So do yours all the way around, and then I'll meet you at the end so we can proceed with the edge. So very simple. 1 chain space into the corner, 3 double crochets, completing the corner, 1 chain coming in between, single, 1 chain, and complete the next corner on the other granny square. 1 chain, and then proceed again. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, reaching the end. I'm going to come directly in the corner here, and I'm going to close it with a single so we can stay in the center. I'm going to come back in and do a single, 2 chain. We're going to create groups of 3 double crochet, 1 chain, coming in the center in the corner here with 1 double crochet, 1 in the center in between the granny square where we did that single, and 1 inside of the next granny square. So we have another group coming into the space, doing 3 double crochet. So very simple. This whole row will be like this. Corners will still have our shell of the 3 double crochets. One chain, and proceed the same way. 1 chain, create your shell of 3 double crochets, 2 chain, and 3 double crochets in the same space. One chain, and continue to do your groups of 3 double crochet. And 1 chain space. Pretty much this is what it's going to look like. We're going to do this all the way around until we meet here again. Okay, so don't forget your corners will have the shell only, and everywhere else 1 double crochet in the shell, 1 in between on the single where we connected the squares, and 1 on inside of the other shell. Okay, so that's pretty much pretty easy, right? I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so we've reached the end. I've done my 1 chain. I'm going to come in and close it with a slip stitch. I'm going to come back in, do a single and 2 chain, next space, double crochet, next space, double crochet. We're going to do 11 double crochets, 1 inside of the space and 1 on top of the double crochets, 1 inside of the space and on top of the double crochets. We need a group of 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 1 chain space. We're skipping the middle and we're coming in top of the double crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to have 11, 12, and 13 on the corner one, and we're going to do the 2 chain and do 2 more inside of the same space and do 13 on this side also. So we already have 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 in the space, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 1 chain, skip the space and do a group of 11 double crochet. Now at this point I don't know yet if we need to make any adjustment, but if we do, I'll let you know. So only the corner is 13. All of the other ones is 11, but I'll see if we have to make an adjustment here at the edge before we hit the corner. So remembering, after you do your 11, you have 1 chain and you skip the middle space. Okay, so I'll come back to you on it. Okay everyone, so I've closed in with a slip stitch, came back in and the same one, did a single and chain 2. Next space, double crochet, next space, double crochet, 1 inside of the space and 1 per space. So we have 2, 4, 6, 1 in the space, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'm going to do a 2 chain. Now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to go directly inside of this one here and do 9 double crochets. So we have 3 inside of the space, 4. We have to make adjustments, that's why I'm already starting to do the first adjustment. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Chain 2 and do 9 on this side also. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have 9 on this side also. We're going to do 1 chain, skip this one, and do 11 again. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 chain, skip this one, and do your 11 again. Okay, you guys, so now we have 4 groups of 11 double crochets skipping the space. We need to make an adjustment here on the corner again. I'm going to do 2 chain, and I'm skipping all of this and coming in and doing my 9 double crochet. So one inside of the space and then the other one's on top. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count this properly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to have to make an adjustment here again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go directly inside of the space here. 8 and 9. Two chain. Create your 2 double crochets on the corner. So we must make an adjustment here also. I'm going to skip this one, so we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we can have the same adjustments. I skipped here and I skipped the first one there. And now we're going to do the adjustment, skip this one. So I'm doing 1 chain, I'm coming directly in like we have here. Actually we came on top. So we're going to go on top also. So I'll do a 2 chain just to not having the pattern pulling. And we'll do our groups of 11 until the edge. And then I'll see if we need to make an adjustment at the edge. Then we'll do that. Okay, so continue with your groups of 11. Then skip a space, a square. Like here we skip that square. We actually skipped two space there because we needed to make the adjustment. Okay, and now continue with your 11 double crochet. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Oh, I did 2 here. Not good. The 2 inside of the space. It's 1 per space, not 2. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 chain, skip the whole space there, and continue to do the groups of 11. And then when we get to the edge, for sure we'll definitely have to make an adjustment again. So we'll do that, no issues. Okay, you guys, so we're almost reaching the end on the side. We have to make the adjustment here too. So we have 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make another one inside. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 chain. So we're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to skip. Actually, no. we might be just fine. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just give me a second here. Might be okay. No, you guys, we should be okay here. So 2, 4, sorry about that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One chain, skip this one, and come directly inside and do your 9. Now here in the corner we're going to have to adjust it exactly the same way as we did on the other side. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 2 and do your 2 double crochet, 3, 4, 5. Just want to see how we did it here. So we did the 9, we only adjusted at the end. Okay, so we'll continue to do the same thing so the pattern can balance out. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, continue to do your 11, and then we'll meet at the corner again to skip. We have to do the adjustment exactly how we did here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 11, and then we skip the square and the 3 double crochet. I did a 2 chain, so and I skipped here, skipped one here, and I skipped the first one, remember? Okay, so we'll do that at the end. Okay, so we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. We need to make that adjustment like we did on the other side. So I'm gonna do a 2 chain. I'm gonna skip this one and the 3, and I'm gonna come inside here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, skip this one, 8, and 9. And we're going to skip that first one too. So 2, skip this one, 3, 4. Let me just check to make sure because yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, you guys, so I had put my 9th inside of the space here, but instead I'm just going to add it here on this last one. 1 chain, skip that square. Now if we need to make an adjustment, we'll do it at the other end. Okay, so we're going to start the groups of 11 again until the other end. So 1 inside of the space, and then continue on doing your 8 groups of 11. Now remembering we started already the first one here, right? So we need 7 more, but I'll meet you, and this is already counting as the second one. We're not counting the corner ones, okay? So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I've reached the end. Didn't have to do any adjustment here because we already had done it here, right? So I have my 8 groups of 11. Now we're going to come in on the first one we did, and we're going to close it all like half double crochet together. I'm going to come back inside and do a single and 2 chain, 1 more double crochet. We're going to make a V of 2 double crochets, so a shell of 2 double crochets. Chain 2. I'm going to skip 1, 2. I'm coming in my third one with singles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going to have skip 2 at the beginning and you'll have 2 left at the end. Chain 2. I'm coming again where the space is and creating the V with 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. Chain 2. I'm going to skip 1, 2, and I'm coming in the third one with single. We're going to do 7 singles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here on the corner we'll have an adjustment, 2 chain, coming in and create your V or your shell with 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and we go directly into the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, exactly how we started. 2 chain and go into the space and create your shell again of 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets, chain 2, skip 1, 2 into the third one and do your 7 double crochets. So that means you skip the first 2, we don't do, and we skip the last 2. So you're supposed to have 7 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 2 and again into the space. When you get to the corner, you must do the same thing as we just finished doing on that corner. One, 2, 3, 7 singles. So here you skip the first 2, you come into the third, do 7 singles. It's going to end on the last. Chain 2, do your shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, chain 2, go directly into the first, and 7 singles. And we'll have to do the same thing in all 4 corners. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end all the way around. It's just a repeat now of the same thing. Okay everyone, so done my 2 chains, came to the end, closed in on my second chain because we have a single 2 chains as we started. I'm going to come back in again. I'm going to do a single and 2 chains, come into the next one, double crochet, into the middle chain, 1 double crochet only, 2 chain, 1 double crochet also, and 1 on top of the double crochets from the previous row. So we'll have only 3, 2 chain and 3. Chain 2. We're going to skip the first one and we're coming in the second one. Single, 2 singles, 3, 4, and 5. So we skip the first and we skip the last. Chain 2. Again, repeat the same thing, coming in the first one with double crochet, my second and my third, one inside only. Only in the corners will be different, the 4 corners. Oops, I was almost doing 2 double crochets. So used to doing the 2 double crochets inside of that shell, right? So 3, 3. 2 chains, skip the first one, come in the second. We're hitting the corners now. 2, 3, 4, and 5 singles. 2 chain. Coming in the first double crochet with double crochet, in the second with double crochet, and inside we're doing 2 double crochets. Chain 2 and 2 more double crochets inside the center. This is only in the 4 corners. Everywhere else is 3 double crochet. Chain 2 and proceed again. Skip the first single, come into the second, and do your 5 singles. So only in the corners, the 4 corners, will have 2 double crochets inside with 2 chain space. Everywhere else is 3. 2 on top of the double crochets and 1 inside, 2 chain back, 1 inside and 2 more, and 5 singles, 2 chain space between them. That's all we're going to do all the way around. Just remember the corners have to be 4. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so we've reached the end, closed in with a slip stitch, coming back in the same one, single, 2 chain, next space, double crochet. So on this one we'll have 4 double crochets. We started with 2, 3, 4, chain 2. So it's basically the same thing as we've done with the previous row. It's just that we're decreasing on the singles, increasing on the shells, and on the corner ones will increase also. 2 chains. Skip the first, come in the second. So now we'll have 3 singles. Chain 2. Repeat again the 4 double crochets, 1 per space, 1 in the center, chain 2, back in the center, 1 double crochet, 1 per space. So it's just a repeat now. And now we have the 4. Chain 2, skip the first, come on the second, 2, 3. So we don't do the first, we don't do the last. We're going to do chain 3 this time in the corner. The corner will change a bit. So 1, 2, 3, and on this last one we're adding 2 together. 4 in the same space, 5, 2 in the center, 6, and 7. So we're having 7 double crochets in the corner, chain 2, 2 inside again, 2 in the first double crochet here as we're turning. So now we have 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3 chain. 3 chain is only on the corners. Skip the first, and we proceed the same way again with 3 singles, chain 2, and 4 double crochets. So only on the corners we have 7 double crochets and chain 3. Everything else stays the same as chain 2 and 4 double crochets. center here. Such a habit of doing 2 in the centers of the shells, right? 2, 3, and 4. So we're just repeating, and only the corner ones will stay with 7 on this side, 7 on the other. That means we're doing 2 together on the last, on the 4th double crochet, 2 together, 2 inside, 2 chain, 2 inside, 2 together, and then the 3 chains. So we have 7. 3 chain here, 3 chain here. Everywhere else is 2 chain and 3 singles everywhere else. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I arrived at the end and we're almost done with the pattern. We have, I believe, 2 rows. With this one, we're just going to start now. So close in with a slip stitch, single, 2 chain, and 1 for space. This row will be different, okay? This one will be 1 double crochet and 1 chain space between them. 1 double crochet and 1 chain space. In the center here, 1 double crochet and 1 chain space. Into the double crochet, 1 double crochet and chain space. 1 double crochet and 1 chain space in between. So on the small ones we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Chain 2. Skip the first, come right on the center with a single. Chain 2, and again repeat the same thing. Double crochet, 1 chain. Double crochet, 1 chain. And again, just remembering that in the center it's only 1 double crochet and 1 chain. And proceed again with the 9 double crochets. This is how we're going to do all the way around. In the corners will be the same thing. 2 chain, this time not 3, and then to the center. 2 chain in the corners, not 3, and start your double crochet. 1 chain and proceed. So 1 per space. There's no increase. We have 1 more row left after this one, and then we're done. So we're getting into the center of the corner, 1 double crochet only. There is no increase anywhere. So it's just 1 double crochet per space and a single in between them. All 4 corners will be exactly the same way as we have here. So on the corners we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 double crochets in the corners only, and 9 on the small ones. Doing the 2 chain, no longer 3, okay? 2 chain and into the center with a single. So do yours and I'll complete mine, and then I'll come back to you on it. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished doing this row. Gonna cut my thread, tuck in the loose ends. Now you have the option for the last row, which will be pea-cut, but a little bit different, the pea-cut than the normal pea-cut. And you have the option to choose whatever color you'd like your edging to be, meaning you can use the same color as your centerpiece flowers, or the green, or just the pink example, because you could be using reds or blues, I don't know, but or the multicolored pink and green, and I think that's probably the one I'm going to come in with, if not the lightest green. I think I want to go with the with the green pink. See how that looks. If it looks good, then I'll keep it. So we're going into the last row. So slip stitch knot. I think it will be a little bit different because usually we finish with greens and so on. So try to use something different this time. Okay, so we pretty much can start anywhere. So I'm going to start, I'm going to come in the first space here with a single. And I'm going to do 2 chain. Difference with this is we're going to come behind it where we have that single there. Just try to hold it here. It's always the first one that's the hardest. And I'm going to close it up. So you have your first picot there. Next space, single, 2 chain. Now will be easier because we're going to come in like that. Next space, single, 2 chain, come where the single is and close it up. Single, 2 chain, where the single is and close it up. So we're going to do this until the last one here. I hope I wasn't off camera because I have that bad habit. Let's try that again. Single, 2 chain and close it up. Next space, single, 2 chain, come where the single is and close it up with a single. So it's a different picot, but still a picot. I think it gives more sexy dimension to the pattern. What you guys think? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to come directly. If your stitch is too tight, probably going to pull a bit, I'm not sure. Okay, so on this last one, we don't do the picot. Okay, we do only a single. We don't want it to look crooked, picot in the center of this motif. So just a single and then come directly into the next space. If you find that it's too tight for you because you have a tight tension, then you can do a 1 chain space. Chain 2, come in again where you have that single and close it in. Single, chain 2, and again. Single, chain 2, and close it again. So basically this is how this pattern finished. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Some of you have asked me in the past to create some patterns with granny squares. I did at the beginning when I started the channel, but they're not clear as far as calling out the stitch because I didn't know the stitch names in English. So it's kind of hard for me to do it, and I did it, but you probably won't understand it because the explanation is completely different than what it is today. So I didn't do any more of those granny square patterns, but I did have a few at the beginning of the video. So I've been asked again to create some centerpiece with the granny square. So remembering that the last one here is just a single, and then go directly into the next space. Now I think that looks pretty nice, gives it a nice, so it's got the same mixture as this one here. instead of using always greens and things like that, instead of also just using the pink. So I wanted to use the mixture, the multicolored pink and green. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Newcomers, I hope you subscribe and be part of this family with us. And please give a thumbs up on the video, everyone. It's extremely important. Another thing before I forget, in case you want to make your runner bigger with the granny squares, you have to keep adding by 8 rows on your centerpiece. Okay, each 8 row is a granny square to add on. Okay, so thank you everyone. I'll see you in the next tutorial. I'll have the pictures and little video at the end, and all the measurements will be below in the description box. And if you're interested in ordering the threads, well, you can go in the description box and get a hold of me from somewhere in the links there. Okay, thank you, and until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.